What's up, everybody? It's Stephen here from Mod to Fame. I'm sitting here with your boy Sam Yao. Sam Yao has started what's called the Trackxperience at NY Safety Track. This is my first time doing it. I'm super excited. Sam has been trying to get me out since last year. Sam, man, how did you start this, man? Where did this come from?
Well, I've always been a fanatic of motorsports, you know, and I started at a young age. I used to go to track events. I used to go to multiple track events, either here or overseas, and I went through some training when I was younger, in my earlier 20s.
Right.
And I was fortunate to pick up a few sponsors, and I did some professional racing for a couple of years in Asia.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, what kind of cars did you race?
I raced a GT3 Cup car, sequential gear shift. I raced a Lamborghini Gallardo GT3 car.
Nice.
Also raced a Scirocco one mix series race car as well. Yeah.
So how many years did you drive professionally?
Approximately 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years. That's kind of crazy, man. I mean, I actually never really meet actual race car drivers, but to this day, now you do it for the fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's more recreational now that I do it, for friends and good friends of mine. So, I enjoy putting it together, and that's because that's how I started. That's how I started the whole sport, really, right?
So how did you think of this, man? How did you think that I'm gonna put together a whole experience and bring novice people like me to come do a track day?
It's all started last summer, last August. I thought about, just gonna rent the track, rent the track and just invite a couple friends and just go enjoy the day together. Never thought that it would get so much traction like we do now. So, sold out, 3 months in advance, and people calling me and people just express a lot of interest to join the experience. I call this an experience instead of just a track day because it's much more than just driving on the track.
Right.
It's just enjoying your car to the point that it's safe, first of all, and keeping it away off the street. I don't like speeding on the street anymore. I've done that when I was younger.
So. No, never.
We've all done it, but
okay.
I feel that this is the right thing to do. A lot of people have nice cars, but they just can't use it to the point where they get to really enjoy it. In a safe environment.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm telling you, it's much appreciated for me to give me the push. So this is, like I said, it's going to be my first time driving this car. 4,200 pounds, big whale of a 4-door car. What do you suggest for someone like me?
Well, when you go on a track, it's very different than driving on the street. Every car you can have fun with. You can drive a Jeep, you can drive a sports car, you can drive a sedan, you can drive, a caravan even. You can have fun. It's how you maneuver the car, how you control the car to the point where it's safe and you get the maximum enjoyment out of it.
Right.
So for your car, I would say, you're not going to be the fastest car on the track because you're heavy. And the car is very heavy on the brakes. You're putting a lot of weight on the brakes, probably put a lot of pressure on the tires.
Right.
So I would say, just enjoy learning the track, study the lines, because once you do that, you study the lines and you learn to be fast in a car, you will be fast in any car. Next time you jump in, let's say in your Corvette, you will understand the track to the point where once you recognize the track visually, you basically know how to maneuver any car that you want to. Yeah.
So one thing I've always been into modding cars, but I've learned this track stuff is hella expensive.
Yes, I mean any form of racing is expensive. Drag racing is all about horsepower, right?
Right.
Tracking and racing a car on a circuit, they call it sprint races. It's all about handling, braking, and durability. It's not so much horsepower because horsepower can only carry you so far.
Right.
Horsepower cannot last. Drag racing is often you're done in less than 15 or even 10 seconds or even maybe 6 seconds. Depends on what category you're racing. Sure. But for sprint racing, road racing is all about stability, you know, durability. You have to. The car has to last. It can't overheat. The brakes has to last. The tires can't overheat as well. You have to learn how to control the car where you're not overheating the brakes, you're not frying your tires. At the same time, your focus has to be very consistent every lap. You know, you're not out there 10 seconds at a time. You're out there minimum 15 minutes to up to, you know, some people do endurance racing up to 24 hours.
I was going to ask you, so you broke us into 4 groups. How long are the sessions for each group?
The sessions will be broken down to 15 minutes each.
15-minute sessions?
Yes.
Okay. So session 1, novice group, like how long do you expect us to be out there? Like, I mean, what's supposed to happen from my first session to my last session? What should the progression look like?
Well, for the novice guys, even with the advanced or intermediate drivers, you know, first few laps is to really warm up your brakes and your tires. You know, most people don't recognize that. Yeah, your tires have to be warm. Also, your brakes also have to be warm. You know, a lot of cold brakes, you don't have enough heat in the pads or the rollers. You don't grip as good. So, for the novice guys like you, I would recommend the first 2 sessions in the morning, really just to learn the track. You know, learn the track, know where the turn-ins are, because track like this tomorrow, there's some blind corners. So you can come into the corner, you really don't know. Once you get through the corner, it's going to be the left next or going to be the right. So it's very important that you recognize the track, or you can go off track, or you can be very confused.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And your weapon of choice, man, what is it?
Well, I have my personal car here, which is a Porsche GT4. Yeah.
Okay, so you went from, I know you had the Lambo before this car, so why make a switch from Lambo to a Porsche GT4?
Well, you know, I bought a Lamborghini because I fell in love with racing one. You know, I race a GT3 version of the Gallardo.
Yeah.
So when I was done racing that car, I said, you know, I gotta have a street car that I can come home every day and look at it. You know, not so much driving it, but at least look at it, because I just fell in love with the shape and just the way they make me feel. Because I had some success racing that car. I won some races, and I was competitive. So I just said, you know what, I gotta have one. So I sold a 997 Turbo, which you helped me modify.
I
right?
remember that. Yeah.
And from the Lamborghini to the GT4, you know, I always wanted the mid-engine Porsche, because I always knew that the mid-engine Porsche handles good. I like the way they came in, the body contour looks on the street car. So when Porsche announced the GT4s come out, I ran straight to the dealer. I said, you know, I want to put deposit down. Doesn't matter how long the wait is, 6 months, 1 year, 18 months. I'll wait for it. I waited 12 months for the car. You know, so I got an allocation and I jumped on it. You know.
Damn, and since that time, man, how has the car met your expectations?
Well, you know, it's a great platform to begin with, GT4. I mean, it's a good car just as stock the way it is, but, you know, I did some upgrades and modification to it, you know, some suspension upgrades, some engine upgrades, some aerodynamic upgrades that made it a little bit more refined to my liking, you know. As you know, modifying a car is all about personal preference, you know.
Right, and it's never ending.
No, it never ends, and everyone has their own expectations and desire. So, so I kind of gave it my own personal touch the way I wanted to build it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Sam, man, I appreciate the conversation, man. I can't wait for the next one. I haven't even done this one yet, and I already just feel the energy of the people. Everyone is so excited, and you know they speak so highly of how well put together this event is. So I'm proud to be a part of this one, and looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, thanks for your support. You're gonna have a great time.
Always,
and I'll help you out for sure.
Please.
Just a start. Yeah,
I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Stephen here, Mod the Fame. As you can see, we're all getting ready to roll out. Good luck to him in the wet. Bagel time. Thank you, sir. Bagels at the bar. Bagels at the bar.
I'm smelling anything over here.
That means that it's cold bagels.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what that means.
Fair enough.
That means cold bagels. Yo, good morning. What's up, everybody? Stephen here from Mod the Fame. On the way down to the track right now. Caravanning pretty deep. I didn't realize the group of cars would be this large. It's really cool. A lot of nice cars. I'm looking forward to see them rip it up on the track. I hope you guys enjoy this. I know I am. Talk to you later. Peace. Hello. How are you?
I'm on camera.
You're good. A little wild and it dropped off. That's the track.
As you can tell, it's a little bit brisk today, you know, but it's nothing bad. We were out in this weather 2 weeks ago on motorcycles for coaches training, and we were just fine. 3 laps in, you just stop feeling everything, and you have the adrenaline going. Turn your heated seats on if you need, you know, don't worry about it.
Took mine off.
You can go off track, or you can be very confused.
Just stay in control.